Howdy gamers, today we're going to be talking about my journey in ENC 1102. So when I first started thinking about taking this class, I thought to myself, yeah, I have to take this class. It's at the top of my GEPs and I need to do that to graduate. And ever since I was a young child, I've always wanted to graduate from college. And it just so happens that ENC 1102, gotta do it to graduate. See, even though I thought of it this way, I didn't really think that I'd enjoy it as much as I did. I mean, it came as a great surprise when I first found out that I would actually be doing things in the class that I liked doing, like researching something I really liked, which was the Smash Brothers game. So, this is kind of how I researched it. That's what this video is about, and that's what this assignment is. But I did have a lot of fun making this assignment and making my website. And that Ike is doing a great job at just doing neutral air. Okay, time to start. So the first thing I had to do before I was able to research was I had to plan things. So I decided that the first thing I should be doing is finding out what community I should do it on. And I love Super Smash Brothers, so I decided I would do it on the Super Smash Brothers community. And there was a new game coming out, so it all worked pretty great. I decided to use Isabelle for this category because she's a very play-heavy character, meaning that she has a bunch of traps that she can use to try and set things up, which you can see in the background here. I'm demonstrating some of the traps that she can do that leads up to kills. And that is basically what I was trying to do with my planning. So after planning, I had to go into research. Now my research, as you can see, is portrayed by Robin, who's holding a book. You see, he attacks by using a sword and a book. My research in this class, I could kind of call it like, oh, I was researching the book on the sword, because the book would be me reading about people learning how to use attacks in the game. That's something I came up with not that long ago. I just chose Robin for research because he was holding a book. But I kind of like that metaphor, so I'm keeping it. As you can see, that Daisy is trying to circle camp the Robin. Sad. Alright. After this, we have to go into conclusions. Now, for conclusions, these are what I finally came up with, my final answers, and so for this, I used Ganondorf, because, as you can see, he just racked up 80% with 3 hits, and he can also kill very fast, as he is now about to demonstrate. So, we see this nice little Pichu, who's at 27%. There's no way he can die from just, ooh, down to 74. Okay. Oh, look at him. He's just taunting on the edge. Oh no, he has his AirPods in. He can't hear forward smash. Oh, there he goes. But oh. Well, I guess he's the Lord of Destruction and Lord of Conclusions. Now that we've gone through all my research, I think it's time for us to look at what I actually researched, so. What I researched was how the Super Smash Bros. Community learned and how the meta grew over time. The meta being how the game was actually played and things like that, of that nature, how characters worked and stuff. And as you can see, I've got the Super Smash Bros. Right here. Had the Super Smash Bros. Right there. See? Now kind of the same thing with my secondary research. I just kind of read all these, I figured they had stuff to do with my research, so I did it. Kind of like how Nintendo used Cloud, because he seemed like a fighting game character. He was never in one before, unless you count Final Fantasy as a fighting game. But they figured, hey, even though he's not owned by Nintendo, he's a third-party character, we can still put him in the game as long as the company agrees. So they reached out to Square Enix, who owns Cloud, and they asked him if he could join, and sure enough, he did. So that's kind of how I chose my secondary research. At the beginning of the semester, I didn't really feel that confident in researching all this stuff that I'd never done before. Of course, I read the subreddit and everything, but I didn't think that I'd ever be doing research on it. So when I was finally given that opportunity, I was kind of scared at first because I didn't want to ruin the game that I loved so much, but actually going through all of it made me enjoy it even more. So hopefully you enjoyed watching this video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you liked it, and I hope you liked this video. Give it a like button, please.